You ever notice how some days the world just matches your mood? Like everything just you feel like in a good mood and everything is just like flowing. Like you catch all the green lights. People are just like complimenting you. People are like getting out of your way. Like it's just everything is just flowing. And on some days when you're stressed or you feel not the greatest, right? You haven't maybe having some ruminating thoughts going on, and the smallest things can go wrong. Like your coffee order might get messed up, or it just doesn't taste right. Like you might come across some spoiled food in your fridge that you're just looking forward to eating. Like your Wi-Fi start messing up. You might end up dropping your phone or breaking something or losing something. Get some bad news. Like all kinds of things, just by your inner mood changing. That's not random. That's your inner world shaping your outer reality. And once you understand this, you can manifest so much faster and change your life way faster than what you really think is possible. So I'm Luther, and this is the Self-Image Alchemist. And in this video, I want to talk about how your inner world affects your outer reality. And I want to give you some examples too towards the end to really drive my point home. So every single one of us has a frequency, right? And that's basically the rate at which your energy is vibrating. And what I mean by energy, I mean like your thoughts, beliefs, feelings, overall attitude, things of that nature, right? So think of your frequency containing all of that, and let's call it like, imagine it being like your own personal radio station or like a phone number. Let's go a radio station. And inside of this, again, that's your inner world. It's your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and overall attitude, which is constantly being broadcast. Your frequency, this radio station, is constantly broadcasting that signal. You know, and whether you're aware of it or not, it's always broadcasting the signal, period. Sleep, awake, doesn't matter. Whatever your inner world is, whatever's going on in your inner world will reflect on the outer world, period, right? So this radio signal, your frequency, it's going to do one or two things. It's either going to attract people to you, opportunities, situations that's tuned to that same frequency, that same wavelength, or it's going to repel anything that's way off frequency or even a little off frequency. And this can happen consciously or unconsciously. You may not even be aware that it's happening, that you're repelling things. It can even change your attitude and the way you carry yourself, which is the crazy part, outside in the real world, just by how you feel internally. Your brain is literally hardwired to search for frequencies like your own and filter out anything that feels unfamiliar, right? But this isn't a fixed thing. It changes constantly with your inner mood. It's like a reflection. It's like a live mirror. It's like follows you around and constantly broadcasting and rearranging reality in real time, right? Your moods, your personal self-talk, your emotions that you may hold on to, all of it can kind of like shift your frequency, regardless of what that emotion is. It doesn't matter. It kind of like shifts that frequency and changes whatever signal you're broadcasting outwards. Like if you hold a certain vibration long enough, your 3D world will respond every single time. This is automatic, right? Your relationships shift, people will treat you differently, your health can even change depending on what you're thinking about. Everything in the way that you carry transforms, right? So, and as that Neville Goddard used to say, I love this phrase, people misunderstand it, but everyone is yourself pushed out, right? The outer world is a mirror of your inner state. And if you change the station internally, then the scenery on the outside will just rearrange itself. It just does. It's just that simple. So let me give you a few examples actually of how this may play out. Let's go with let's deal with like relationships or just people in general. Like when you're in a good mood, feeling confident, not chasing attention, not suddenly people just may seem friendlier, strangers may smile, People might let you get in front of them in line. Just very kind and nice things happening. Like opportunities may open up. That's out of nowhere. That's your because that's basically a magnetic frequency at work right there. So that's a very high vibration that you're carrying. If that's of those kind of things that happen, that's a high vibration, right? That's a high vibration, and that frequency is being cast out, and that's what the reality is reflecting. It's just that simple. And but when it's the opposite, you're irritated, or you just don't feel like being around someone, or you're just feeling down. It's basically like putting up a internal do not disturb sign, and like an invisible do not disturb sign, right? It's the same world, different station, right? You're broadcasting a different frequency, same people in the same area, work at the same job, everything is the same, but people are responding to you differently because of the frequency that you're broadcasting, because of your inner world. And let me give you another example. If that one wasn't working for you, say you're like job hunting, and nobody's hiring, or you're trying to get like you're telling yourself that no one's hiring, or that you don't feel qualified. These are just, and you might not actually be saying it to yourself, but these are thoughts popping up constantly over and over in your head. That's changing your internal frequency, right? And what's crazy about that, because if you do that, then what's going to happen, you're going to constantly run into dead ends, interviews being canceled, jobs that you just look at like, no, there's no way I want to work here, or there's no way I want that position, or there's no way I want to pursue that. And that is all because of your internal conversations that's going on, your attitude about job hunting or getting that promotion, et cetera, et cetera. And if you switch the station to like, oh, I'm viable, or the role, people are looking for that role. People are looking for me to fill a role at that company, or to fill in that position. They're all looking for me to do it. And what will happen is those opportunities will open up, or better opportunities will open up. You'll start to see signs of that. This is proof. I guess you can take it as your inner world literally affecting the outer world. And it can even be opportunities that may have been there that you never even noticed before, because your inner world is tuned to a certain frequency, and it tuned out those opportunities. Like, for example, if you wanted to manifest a certain amount of money, and you're telling yourself that it's basically not possible, I mean, it'll never happen. It just won't happen. But the second you start telling yourself more positive things, start changing that frequency, what will happen is some of the same opportunities that was there the entire time, you'll start to notice, because before, your brain was filtering that opportunity out, was filtering those people out that possibly could have connected you to that job. And I give you one with your physical health, like stress. Cortisol, man. Stress is just a straight up low frequency, and it causes so many health problems. I'm not even gonna just look up cortisol. Like, it's horrible, right? Stress is just horrible, right? It's a very low frequency, and it can become a loop. Stay in it long enough, and your body will start to mirror this. Like, you're starting to get poor sleep, tension in places in your body you didn't even know you can have tension, right? A weaker immunity, and you become more susceptible to being sick, or catching these little colds and the flu, all kinds of stuff. Like, it's horrible when your body is in a strong state of stress. But if you shift this inner state to like this calm, confident, your body responds. You start to digest food better. You start to lose weight without exercise, just by eliminating that stress and putting yourself in a higher frequency. New opportunities pop up. Opportunity is the word of the day, man. They pop up everywhere once you change your inner state. And I look at them as opportunities because it's so many things your brain is constantly filtering out because it's so unfamiliar to you, right? Like going to like a certain kind of gym. You might even start thinking better about your physical health, and you might start to think like, oh, I can actually have time to go to this gym. They do like, I don't know, maybe like hot yoga or something like that. You know what I mean? It can be something wild to me, or to someone else, but you may think like, oh wow, that's actually something I may be interested in doing. but you may not be necessarily interested in doing like traditional workouts at the gym or something that may have just turned you off, and maybe that's why you never worked out. Just a simple switch in your thinking can make that opportunity magically appear, even though it's always been there. You know what I mean? That's just a small example. And not only that, when you change your internal state, people will notice. People will start saying things like, oh, you're glowing. Like, what did you do different? Did you change your hair? You didn't do any of that. You just changed your attitude about yourself. You changed the frequency of your inner world. You changed your inner radio station to a much more high vibration channel. And that started to broadcast, and the world responded in kind. Your inner world will always have, your outer world would always reflect what's going on in your inner world. You can literally walk down the street and point out people and just glance at their life, and you can tell exactly what's going on in their inner world. This is true. No one can hide. This is not a secret. Like, no one can hide from this. Right? Your inner world, your beliefs, feelings, attitude, they all play a part in what you attract, period. So anyway, the main takeaway I want to give to you, like your inner world isn't just connected to your outer reality, it's running it consciously and unconsciously, right? Change your station, your frequency, and the world has no choice but to match that frequency. Your brain assists in this process and matching that frequency. That's called the RAS system, the reticular activating system, I believe it's called. It will literally filter out things, and your brain does this anyway. It's just how our brains are designed to like make guesses and filter out things that are unimportant. Because we're conscious beings, we take that to another level, and we can actually focus on things that we desire, and our brain will actually focus on those and filter out everything else. Everything that's familiar, our brain will focus on that and filter out anything else. So new friend groups, your brain would kind of filter that out. And if you try to step out of that, your brain will kind of like, oh no, don't do that. You will start to feel uncomfortable, all kinds of things. Your inner world literally creates the outer world. It's just that simple. Like, you don't need to physically change anything outside of yourself. If you try to do that, if it's 9 times out of 10, it's probably not going to work. It'll have an effect, but it's not going to be lasting. The lasting change comes from you changing internally. And yeah, I'm just going to leave with that. Like, if this resonated, you want me to talk about other topics, please let me know. I love talking about this stuff. So it doesn't matter what the topic is, or if you feel like it's been covered 1,000 times, I do not care. I would love to talk about it. So leave a comment, like, subscribe, and follow for more.